And now, for the first time ever, your host of Last Month in the Worlds of Minecraft, JoJoNAloha.
Thank you everybody. It's great to be here. A while back, Minecraft announced the mace. Pro, you can now melee a warden. Con, your 10-year-old nephew will viciously send you into a death loop. Thank goodness they did nerf it a bit. Of course, being over 30, I'm practically a grandpa in the gaming world, so my chances of mastering the mace are between low and 0. Apparently, stacking raid farms are also nerfed. Thank goodness I finally built one right before that was changed. I just hope I collected enough totems to outlast my waste-wielding nephew for the next 20 years. Who's seen Bdub's new Stack Up Challenge? If you haven't seen it, he's trying to convince people to use scaffolding instead of dirt for stacking up and turn it into a minigame. Did anybody else start heckling their TV? Look up, Bdubs! I'm sure the person that suggested stacking up while climbing the scaffolding was right there with me, whooping and hollering as if we were in a stadium full of people. Who's been watching SOS SMP? When Ollie, Jimmy, and Mog Swampert are Ollie's hog chanting, hog, log, mog, did anybody else start thinking frog, dog, log? Minecraft turned 15, making it older than 25% of its player base. 1.20.5 and 1.21 completely broke all data packs. That's no minor release. That basically makes it a boomer now, right? The crafting table is over here saying, back in my day, if you wanted something, you had to craft it yourself. Speaking of boomers, people keep saying Etho is washed up. Must be nice. I never even made it to the water. Thank you, everybody. We have a great show for you. LunaSafire is here. Then we have a special performance by Pixiemage. Welcome to the inaugural episode of Last Month in the Worlds of Minecraft. This is a new variety series all about the many worlds of Minecraft, worlds created by all of you out there. I'm your host, JoJoNAloha. As a variety show, we'll be including short interviews with your fellow Minecrafters, skits, satirical Minecraft news, highlights and critiques, and feature builds, art, and more from the community. For our first segment, let's take a look at what the community has been up to this month. This is a segment we are calling Great Builds. First up, we have this Wildflower Cottage by ALH Momcraft. I love how it fits in with its natural environment. Then we have this Japanese house by Mr. Matt Ranger. I really like the roofs, and I also love these hanging lanterns designs. Then we have this fantasy shop by JP Core and Rosary. There are so many great details in this little shop. How are those banner patterns so simple and so perfect? Then we have this Forest Haven house by painter Gigi. This time lapse is so satisfying, it reminds me of an architectural rendering. And this is such a great little build by Manduman, this little fish tank. And then on the opposite side of the spectrum, there's this massive build by 90 Builds showing this delicate process. Look at how small those blocks are on the floor. Here we have a Machia by Horo Minecraft. This is what I imagine wandering the streets of Japan looks like. Here's another place on my travel list, this Italian house by CGGFFO. The lead stretching across the street is such a neat little detail. And here we have Castle Wall Tower Designs by Toot Steelsmans. We're supposed to pick between the 4 of these. My answer, E, all of the above. Here we have a factory build by Maximums 2007. Immediately recognizable as a factory. I think these are signs on the corner. It's such a good way to add that detail to the brick buildings. And then we have this magical bedroom designed by Virage. So many great details in this build. I personally love the use of beacons and enchanting tables for pure decoration purposes. And also those glazed terracotta blankets. This next build is so big, there are builds within builds. The Cyberpunk Station by Delphinian MC. Here we have another small build, Sittable Bamboo Sofa by Sturson Reddit. I think this is a great idea. It'd be perfect for a sofa with a chase. And then we have this gigantic steampunk arc by Crib. Another epic scale build. It's got a great old Greek or Roman inspired architecture look. I have to admit, I'm not familiar enough with Doctor Who to know what the unit tower is or what it looks like, but I really like this as a sci-fi build by Builder Brad63. And then we have Saltovia by Owens. I think this is a fictional city, but is now on my travel list. And then we have this ancient Greek trireme. I love everything about this boat by KB Craft Creations. And this has got to be the best looking mob farm I've ever seen. This aesthetic mob farm by MS Gaming. And then we have this custom tree design by Alex It's Pinus sylvester tree, and it looks great recreating the real life one. Next up, we have this winged steampunk house by Tom Stein. This build is so unique, and it's got that cute, slightly creepy vibe, like something out of an old children's book. And last up, we have Groudon vs. Kyogre by Pero, and I love how colorful this build is and the motion of those waves. Alrighty, everybody, let's give it up for our first guest tonight, LunaSafire.
Hello.
Welcome, Luna. Good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
So, if I understand correctly, you founded and organized the Hermit-a-Day May fan art challenge.
Yes, that's me.
How did that start?
So it's been 2 Mays now. I don't tell this story much because it's kind of embarrassing. But I was mostly just kind of sick of not seeing any new fan art in some of the tags. You know, you got hermits with 10 million subs, and then we have hermits with less than 500,000 subs. And that disparity is really obvious when it comes to the fan works that are made for them. And, like, I wanted to see art of my Blorbos. So I thought, I don't want to learn to draw. How else can I make this happen? So obviously the easiest way to make art happen is to start a giant month-long event and do graphic design and project management and coding and all of that stuff. But that way, you know, there's more art in the tags, and that's what mattered, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's grown past that, but 100% the original starting point was weeks going by without anything new in the Wells Night tag.
That is such an awesome story, and I think really shows like how the community got behind it. It's grown into such an awesome event, and it's also a fundraiser now, right?
Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, the first event reached so many more people than I imagined it would. And when I see that kind of community building up and surrounding something like this, I think, what can we do with that? Because that kind of community, it doesn't take much to turn it into a real force. And I thought we could do some real good. So people seemed receptive to the idea of integrating a fundraiser. So I thought, you know, we can give it a try. If it doesn't work, we can always go back to just being the fan art event. But with help from my artists, Ray and Bel Marcy, who got on board to help with incentives, we raised over $1,200, $1,222, which isn't bad for a first try, I think.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm really proud of it.
Yeah. You mentioned you don't draw.
I do not.
Any art of any kind?
So that could be a terribly philosophical question. Short answer, no, I do not draw things and put them on the internet like the artists who participate in my challenge. That's how this whole thing got started. But, like, you know, long answer, what is art? And I think the conclusion I came to with that after I attempted and failed miserably to write an essay about it in high school, I think what matters is, like, are you putting your heart into it? I think anything you put your heart into, any sort of project can be art. And, like, I dabble in writing and sometimes mess around with drawing media just sort of to see what I can do with them. They don't get published or anything, but it's just for fun, and that's what matters. Is it's for fun, and it's something I put my heart into. So I guess then it's art.
Yeah.
But I don't draw.
So you organize this great event for the Minecraft community. Do you play Minecraft?
Not well. Every few months I'll be like, oh yeah, let's go play Minecraft. I'll hop on the game. I will die 3 times in a row, and then I'll remember why I leave it to the professionals.
Who or what inspires you?
Oh boy. How long do we have? Can I just take up the rest of the airtime of the show?
Sure.
Oh, don't make promises you can't keep, JoJo. I guess my team most of all. I may be the founder, but right about now, actually, there should be a post publishing on the Tumblr blog talking about introducing our new mod for next year, Sky. And even beyond them, we have the artists that we've worked with, Belle, Ray, and Spider, and then there's my friends Sab and Cruiser. I call them my advisory committee. I realized this year, because we got such an onslaught of support, I realized that I would need help if this were going to continue and grow as it could. And these people really keep me on course whenever I feel overwhelmed or confused. Like they're ready to jump in and help, and that kind of thing is really invaluable for a project like this. So whenever I'm feeling uninspired, I can just look at what they're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
And of course the charity itself. I mean, like, this is first and foremost, Hermit-a-Day May is first and foremost about the hermits, absolutely. But it's really thrilling to see the community come together for anything, whether it's just the fan works or if it's the charity as well.
Awesome. Anything you tell us about upcoming projects?
I don't know. We introduced Sky today. That was kind of a big deal. That was a big step. Keep an eye on the blog for announcements. The animatic from this year's charity drive, our main incentive by Belle Marzi, is going to be out very soon. I can't give a date yet, but it's great stuff. It's really incredible. I've seen some of it already, and I cannot give Belle Marzi high enough praise for her work. And then in autumn, Sky will be running a little activity for preparation for next year's event. I don't know. It's going to be great. Just keep an eye on the blog.
That's awesome. I look forward to it. Remind the audience, where can they find you on that blog?
Yeah, Tumblr. we're working on expanding a little bit, but for now, Tumblr's your best bet. The event page is Hermit-a-Day May, no hyphens or anything. Or there's my personal Tumblr, As If Unreal, with hyphens. All very confusing for no reason. Yeah, that's where you can come say hi, and we'd love to hear from you.
Awesome. Thank you, Luna, for being here today. Everybody, give it up for LunaSafire.
Thank you very much, JoJo.
Next up, we have a little mini game. We had to try out Bdub's Stack Up Challenge. Let's see what happened. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
I fell. Ow.
Oh, I definitely left-clicked instead of right-clicked.
Ready?
3, 2,
Oh, yes,
1.
sorry.
Go.
What? Okay, cool. That's... Oh, okay. I don't know when we're counting.
I had to confuse you to get a head start.
Obviously.
I did it again!
See, I should have eaten first.
I win on technicality, the best way to win.
That's so funny.
3, 2, 1, go.
What?
Oh, no.
What? Hey! Wait a minute. I think is that considered cheating?
Yeah.
You cheater!
I should have made
I win,
the
I
rules.
think.
Yeah.
That's the thing about scaffolding.
I want to punch you.
That's
the problem with scaffolding. It's
foul! Foul!
That's
a foul! How dare you? How dare you?
Well, you see, it was actually very easy.
Well, you see. Oh my god. Does that make you the champion?
I win.
Like, no shame. You gotta play dirty when you're using dirt, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I can say that didn't go as I expected. Everybody, let's give it up for our next guest tonight, Pixiemage.
Woohoo! Yeah, Pixie!
Hi, how you doing?
Hello! Sorry I stole your win. Except not really.
Nah, that
Bdub
was just
is
smart
correct.
tactics. Oh yeah, no.
Scaffolding
You're
is
good.
faster, but it's so fun to mess with.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
for sure. It's a little more precarious, I think is the right word.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, welcome, Pixie. Great to have you here.
Hi. Yeah, great to be here.
First, how did you come up with Still Stuck Seaside?
Oh my gosh. So, it actually was the third song that I thought of because I, as a hobby, since I was a kid, I just kind of make up parodies in my head because I think it's fun. And I had basically seen all the fishing memes from, about Green going around, and I was listening to there's some song that somebody did like a meme of for Empires that swapped in the word fish for something, and I was listening to other music and I was like, man, I could use other songs to do the same thing. And this Mr. Brightside was actually the third one I came across because my second option wasn't working. I don't even remember which one it was now. But just the rhythm of the lyrics, I couldn't come up with anything good. And then I was in the car on my way to work and and Mr. Brightside came up. And the line "sunk cost fallacy" was the first one that popped into my head. And I was sitting there like, now I just need, this is my excuse. This is the reason I need to make this, is so I have an excuse to use this lyric in a song. Which is some kind of motivation. My friends forced me to finish it, so,
As
thank
they
you to
should.
them.
Yeah.
It turned out great.
Yeah, we're all glad.
I think it was fun.
they did.
Yeah, they get the credit for that.
So,
Mhm.
Tell us more about why you play Minecraft. What do you like about the game and this great community?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm definitely more of a builder, a creative type. I like to make crazy things. I like to decorate. Also, adventuring, but for me mostly it's the creativity of it. I like more recently I've been building really big stuff in creative so that I can replicate it in survival to see like just how far I can go. So I wouldn't say I'm quite at the level of a lot of the hermits I watch, but I definitely like get inspiration from them. So it's fun. It's like a very pixelated palette.
Yeah. I recently learned about MCNN. Tell us,
the
what
Minecraft
is
News
that?
Network. Yeah, so a year ago, actually, a little bit before Limited Life came out, I tagged into this group that was doing these newscasts for, I don't know if anybody remembers the Minecraft YouTube Sexy Man tournament that was on
Oh my
Tumblr.
gosh, I remember.
Yeah, so
I was on Tumblr, big shocker.
Oh yes, it was everywhere. But back then, they started doing newscasts for
Really?
the event. Oh yeah, and I tagged in really late game, like near the end, because I was like, hey, I have this idea for this one video. Would you mind if I tossed it your way? And they're like, yeah, sure. So I did, and I thought that'd be the end of it. Well, Limited Life rolls around, and we're like 2 days after the first uploads, and one of the people from the group chimes in and says, hey, would anybody want to do recaps of the season? And we're like, oh my god, and rush to get the first episode out. And so we ended up doing 2 seasons of recaps of all of the Life series episodes with help from volunteers from Tumblr. But it's my friend Salem, our buddy Joju, and then Lyric are the 3 people who are also on like the lead anchor team with me. But it's been a lot of fun. 2 whole seasons, just nuts, absolute chaos.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun though.
And you did it every week as it happened, didn't you?
Oh my god, yeah, that was, I mean, I don't want to call it the quote-unquote worst part, but I guess the most stressful part, because we had to get the episodes out before the next upload. So yeah, it had to be weekly.
I can relate.
Oh, bonkers. Yeah, right. You get it, you get me.
It's hard when you're on a schedule, but it's also, the structure is great and it's so worth it. And
absolutely.
And there's so much. The Life series provides so much good content. Like you gotta go through and find those good parts. I appreciate
absolutely, yeah. I mean, there are things that there are POVs that I probably would not have watched as religiously if it wasn't for the recap, because we actively had to like take notes and stuff. So that's also been kind of cool. Is I get a deeper insight to people I wouldn't have normally watched.
That's a
Which is
great.
fun.
I think that's one of my favorite things about these kinds of events. Is it
Oh,
opens
yeah.
your eyes to things you wouldn't pay attention to otherwise.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a lot of fun.
kind of why I started this, but I'm not gonna do weekly.
Oh no, I
No.
would no. I think you're doing it smart. You're doing it in a better timeline than we have been.
I don't know. A lot can be done in a month.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
So do you have any favorite projects you worked on so far?
Oh boy. I mean, music-wise, I'm not sure. I mean, I have there's a very big place in my heart for the first one I ever posted, which was for Undertale way back in the day. That was The Ways That You Have Died, which is like, 50 Ways to Say Goodbye parody, but I mean, I did a kind of cosplay music video cover for I Won't Say I'm in Love, and there was like some other, music-based stuff, but I don't know, I have a hard time picking favorites because I love every single one has its own experience in making it and coming up with it, and so I just, between my writing and my music and everything else I do, I don't know, it's really, really difficult for me to narrow it down to one.
Yeah. Anything you tell us about upcoming projects?
Ooh, well, I do have a handful. Ever since I posted the green one, I've been more looking to actually finish another one. I know there's some Hermit stuff. I've got a couple ideas. I mean, a couple life series ones. One about empires that is barely started. We'll see what comes out first.
Well,
Depends
now
on-
you've
depends
brought
on-
it up, so you gotta do it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now that I've mentioned
You've
it.
mentioned
Well,
it
I
in
mean-
public.
I know. I've said it
That's
aloud. Now people are gonna
accountability.
expect it. No, the one I'm working on actively right now is a version of the song Punk Rock 101, which is just about how many different SMPs there are to watch and how difficult it is to keep up with everything in the
Oh my
fan
gosh.
base. It's just, yeah, so we'll see whether that ends up being the first one I finish, but it's definitely on the list. The chorus is done and a bunch of the verses are being picked apart, so we'll see.
It sounds amazing.
It'll be fun.
Okay, remind the audience, where can they find you?
Oh, I try to keep things universal, so everything is Pixiemage on Tumblr, YouTube, even Twitch if you feel so inclined to watch me play video games and act like a goofball and do video weird accents, but yeah, mostly it's basically Pixiemage anywhere you look. One word.
Nice.
Yeah. Try to make it easy.
Well, thank you for being here today. Everybody give it up for
Yeah.
Pixiemage.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be back right after this with a special performance by Pixiemage. Do you like Minecraft? Do you spend countless hours on builds, fan art, fanfics, or trying to catch up on the latest in the community? Well, we want to talk to you. Whether you want to be a guest, researcher, writer, or just help share your corner of the great Minecraft community, come help by joining the Discord. Now, for the first time ever, on Last Month in the Worlds of Minecraft, Pixiemage.
I'm sitting down at the docks, I say I'm doing just fine. Gotta keep going if I want it all. I told them all like a fish that I'd get bending like this. I just wanted to fish, I just wanted to fish. They say I'm in too deep, I should come up for air. Am I proving a point or too stubborn to care? I've been sat here for days, but got nothing to show. Cause no matter the bait, all I'm catching is cod now. Leather, string and rod now. One more try. I need that hook, it's killing me.
Thanks, everybody. It's been a great show. Don't forget to check out our guests and featured builders. Links in the description. See you next month.